Okay, hello guys. My name is Mr. Hampton. If you don't have me in class, if you do, you're like, why are you introducing yourself? But what I'm going to do is work through the final coming up next week, or when you watch this week, either Wednesday or Thursday. This final is the same 20 questions for accelerated and regular, but there's 4 extra questions. So what I'm going to do is break it into 10 questions on the first video, 10 questions on the second video, and then the final 4 accelerated questions for my accelerated students on the third video. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. So on our review, it says, what is the parent function of the following equations? Okay, and it's kind of hard to see because when you print off of delta math, it gets a little wonky, but we're just gonna call this function 1, this function 2, this function 3, and this function 4. Okay, so function 1 from the x squared tells me that it's quadratic. Function 2, because it's a square root with nothing in the index right there, it is a square root or radical function. Okay, because of the 3 here on 3, that's a cubic. And then 4, because of these little bars right here, that is an absolute value. Okay, so that one's pretty much just remembering what features tell you what kind of parent function it is. So number 2, it says identify which type of parent function is graphed below. The way I remember this is kind of like a V shape, and V, an absolute value, tells me that that's absolute value. For exponential, it would look something like this. For linear, the first part of the linear is a straight line, so it is just a straight line like that, okay? And then for cube root, we get a little weird. Okay, sorry. Boom. Draw this. And it looks something like that. Okay, and I'm moving fast. If you need to re-watch anything, re-explain anything, just play it back. So it says use technology on number 3. Use technology to find points, and then graph the function y equals x minus 1 quantity squared minus 2. So remember, parentheses are liars. So instead of going left 1 like you would think, you go right 1 and then down 2. So right here, and then you would use your technology from there. So going into your graphing calculator, let me pull that up really quick. Where is it at? I thought I had to pull it up. So you can go into your graphing calculator here, just into y equals, and it goes x minus 1, x minus 1 squared minus 2. You can first graph it if you want to, kind of see if your graph looks like the same spot. You can see the minimum of my function rather, is right, and I can go second graph to get these points that I need to graph it. So it's going to look something like this. Oops. And if you don't have me in class, you probably don't know that I cannot draw to save my life. So nice thing is if you had to do this by yourself on Delta Math, it would do it for you. But the beautiful thing is this final is completely multiple choice. So which equation on number 4 could represent the graph shown below? So the way that we approach these is looking at all of the roots or x-intercepts. So right here, remember, parentheses are liars. Okay, it basically, the way I remember that is that parentheses are liars, and what that means is when you're looking at this number, so like right here, this is -6. So when you look in parentheses, you're looking for all the ones that have x plus 6. See, this one right here is the only one that doesn't have x plus 6, so you can't use D, okay? For -1, you're looking at x plus 1 instead, and this is the only one with that. And just to check, x plus 8, like this is a positive 8, so when I look at it, it should be a -8, and C has all of that, okay? Then we have the graph of y equals f of x is graph below. What is the end behavior? When you're doing end behavior, I always look at the order it gives you it in. So in all of these, you can see here as I'm underlining, it says as x goes to -infinity first. So as x goes to the left, as I go negative, I go to the left on the x-axis. So as I go to the left, let's see what happens. So as I go left, I'm going down. Okay, so at the end of my function, I'm approaching -infinity. So this can't be an answer. Oh, wait, I was looking at the wrong one. This one can be an answer. This one can't be an answer. This one can be an answer. And this one can't be an answer, okay? So now, the other way is as x approaches infinity. So as x goes to the right, what happens? So as I go to the right, my function goes up. Up is positive, so I'm looking for positive infinity here, which is choice A. So as I go to the left, I go down, so negative, negative, and as I go to